Okay, so hello everyone. Today we'll be solving a problem from our senior's website, which is problem J, right? So, yeah, next element. Okay, so let's start by understanding the question. I think, yeah, this is the only thing. Hmm. Okay, so it says that you will be given an array of n and q queries, and for each query, you need to find a minimum integer j such that j is greater than I, but AI is less than ages. So what does this mean? It means that if the array is like if the array is A1, A2, A3, right? A4, A5. Okay. So now for if I'm particularly finding for this index I need to find a value j which is greater than I. So I need to find a particular value here. So this condition is satisfied, first condition. Now second condition is also need to be satisfied, says that AI it is less than age, right? But you need to find the minimum integer, right? So you need to find the like closest integer to I in the next part such that uh, AI, sorry, AJ that would be greater than EI, right? You need to find such an integer, right? So like a brute force approach would be what? For each I, you iterate from I plus 1 to n, and the first integer which is greater than I, like which is greater than A of I, you print that thing. But that would be a complexity of n square, right? So you need to optimize this. So how can you optimize this? So there comes a concept of you can use a stack to do this. So let's explore like how can you do this. So okay, so let's think in the reverse order. So think that this is the array 46, 82, 28, 62, 92. Okay. So in this array, okay, also you need to print the, I think you need to print the minimum value. Yes, you need to print the index, not the actual value. So, yeah. So, like for example, for 46, the next closure element which is greater than him is 82, which is present at index 2. Okay. So, if you think and think in the reverse order, so let me do it here. So, 46, 82, 28, 62, and 92. Okay, so if you just think in the reverse order that if you're just concerned with this, so for this no value exists in the front afterwards. So uh, like you can print the value itself, right? Because okay, in some questions it says that you can print -1, but in this question you have to print the value. I think okay, for q queries you need to print that. So for this number, like no number exists uh, afterwards such that any number is greater than him. So for example, for the if the query was let's say, so these are where all the queries, right? These are all the queries. So if the query is like here 5, right? So it is printing -1. Why? Because for after 5, like these are in the indexes. Let me name it 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So for these indexes, like for the fifth index, no index exists in the front such that this condition can be satisfied. So basically you need to satisfy two conditions, which is first is I is less than j, and second is what? AI, right? AI, right? It is greater less than aj, correct? Yep. So like if this one is like this, both should be satisfied. If this is not only satisfying, you just print a -1. So, like, what would my approach would be? I can first pre-compute all the values for this array elements, and for each query, just I can print the final answer. So for this, I know that -1 would be there. So I hope you got this till now for the solution teller. So now think for value 62, right? For 62, uh, okay. So just okay, two possible scenarios could happen. A number greater than 62 could have existed in the right, or a number less than 62 could have existed in the right part of it, correct? So if a number greater than 62 in the right part would have existed, you could have print that. Otherwise, if a number is less than 62, like you have to again print minus 1, right? So do you get the feeling that you need to somehow store those elements only such that which are relevant to him? Like uh, you need to store elements such that you can find directly that whether a number greater than him exists or less than him exists, correct? So you for now you think that for let's say you push the value 92. So in the while I will be implementing, I will be showing a different approach. I will tell you the reason why, but let me push the value now. So I push the, like this is a stack data structure which I use. So in this case, this stack data structure, I push the value 92. Now when I came to 62, I checked whether the number 92 was greater than him or smaller than him. So it says number was indeed greater than him. So I printed, so I need to store the indexes, but for just clarity of just for sake for of clarity, so I am just writing the value. So it would be 92. I need to print the index, but I am just writing the value so that you get the clear explanation. Now for number 28, so for like when I came back, so you now need to figure out whether now pushing 62 would be relevant or not, right? So like how can you decide it can be relevant or not? So imagine that a number greater than 62 would have happened, like the number initially was 92, right? Now imagine that like there can be two scenarios. So a number which is greater than 92 would have appeared, or number less than 92 would have appeared. So if a number greater than 92 would have appeared, let's say 100, right? So for this number, when you are querying for this number, obviously this number would be my this number would only have would have existed mean. So 92 would have no longer be required for evaluating numbers. So basically you can ignore this 92 value. I mean, you can just pop out, right? This 92 value and just push this 100 value. So it will be much more clear if I go forward. But till now, I hope you got this. So now, if a number it is less than 692, which is 62, you push it, like you don't pop this number 92. Why? Because it might happen that for some other number 62 is not a greater number, directly 92 is greater number, right? So that's for that reason I need to store 62. So when 28 was there, I checked that with top element, which is 62 my is 62 my greater element, yes. So I stored 62. Now again, since 28 was lesser, I stored 28 here, right? Now for 82, I check whether 28 was a greater element or not. So it says no. So I need to pop this out. Okay, I need to pop this out. Now I'll check whether 62 is greater element or not. So it says no. So I need to pop this out. Now again 92 was greater element, right? So yes, I can just store 92. And while moving forward, I can just store an 82 here. For 46, I check whether 82 was my greater element. Yes. So it stored 82. So if I just convert it in the index format, so it will be 2, 5, then 4, then 5, then minus 1. Right? For these all, like this will be there. So now if I just want to answer the queries for the first index, like I can return 2, right? For the fifth index, I can return minus 1, right? For the third index, I can return a 4, right? For the fourth index, I can return a 5, right? And the fifth index, I can return a 2. Sorry, for the second index, I can return a 5, yes. So, did you notice something that I was storing these all elements in the like decreasing fashion, right? And if any numbers appear, like for example, let's say from if I am iterating from the back and the numbers came like 1 2 3 8 4 5, right? So I would have stored, if I would have iterating from the back, I would have stored 5, then 4, then 8 I would have not stored, right? Like sorry, I would have not stored 4 and 5, because now 4 and 5 would be irrelevant, because from now onwards, if 4 and 5 could have been one of the possible answer for them, then 8 is obviously the possible answer because it is the next nearest element. So I would have popped out 5 and 4 and I would just stored 8. Then 3 would have appeared and I would store 3, then 2, then 1. So now let's say here a number would be 10. So I would have popped these all values element out and just stored a value of 10. Okay. So this is how you can implement a next grid element. So let me show you the code. It will be much more clearer. So in this, I input the vector, and I initialize a vector with the next greater element ng, and I initialize the stack. Initially, all the elements denoting -1, indicating that no element is present. Now, as I told, I iterated from the back, right? So, like if I iterate from the backs, right? So like there can be two cases if the stack is empty and not empty. So if it is not empty, it means that what, no other element is present in the right side, right? So I just push uh, that index I, and a value is obviously initialized to -1, right? Because for that element it is -1, and I just push that index while moving forward. Now if the stack is not empty, as I told you, and like there can be two cases. If the number it is greater than the top element, right? So if the number was 5, the top element, I let's say 543 and the number was 10, right? And let's say the number let's take a better example. Let's say the number which here was 6, and let's say 87543. Now you need to pop these the third the element 3. Like you will check whether 3 is greater than 6 or not. No. Whether 4 is element is greater than 6 or no. So you will pop them. Whether 5 is greater than, no. Now 7 was greater, so yes, it will be greater. So you stop it and you just store 6, and you move forward. So while the top element, it is like, well, the element which is not, which is greater than equal to the top element, you just pop out. So again, I forgot to mention one thing. So instead of storing the elements, I will store the indexes. Why? Because there can be multiple possible values, right? So you can't distinguish between values. You have to place indexes. So I place indexes, right? So while like, so this, if the top element is index, I address it with the v of index. So while that the element is greater than the top element, I pop the stack, I am told, and I do that until it is not empty. Now, while doing this, two scenarios can be there. I One scenario would be I popped out all the elements. So in that case, my answer would be -1. So it has already been initialized. In other case, some elements would have remained. So answer would be what? My top element. So if stack is not empty, answer would be, it would be stack.top. Otherwise, like it is obviously initialized to -1, so I did not do anything. Now, and all the case I need to push that element and move forward. Correct? So this I pre-computed this, and for each queries, I, since it was one base indexing, I changed it into one base, and uh, if it was -1, so this was just an implementation. But I hope you got this. So because I just print the values and change it to one base indexing. Okay. So I hope you got my explanation. Thank you.